Hello, my friend. Today, we travel to one of the most famous cities in the world, New York City. People call it the city that never sleeps. Why? Because something is always happening here, day and night. But how did it all begin? Let's go back in time to learn the story of New York. Chapter 1. Hello, New York! Look around you. Bright lights shine everywhere. Yellow taxis move fast on the wide streets. Tall buildings touch the sky. You can hear music, voices, and car horns. The air feels busy, alive, full of dreams. This is New York, a place of people, power, and stories. Every day, millions wake up here. Some hurry to work. Some drink coffee in small cafes. Some run in Central Park under the morning sun. Others arrive at the airport from faraway countries. Everyone moves. Everyone has a goal. But before we go deeper, let's stop for a moment. Let's breathe in this great city and ask one simple question. How did all this begin? Because once, a long, long time ago, this place was quiet. There were no cars, no tall buildings, only trees, rivers, and birds. New York has not always been New York. It had another life, another name. And the story starts on a small island called Manhattan. The voice of history whispers, long before the tall towers, there were the Lenape people. They were the first to live here. They hunted in the forests. They fished in the rivers. They built homes with wood and leaves. They lived close to nature, in peace and balance. The Lenape called this land Mannahatta. It means the island of many hills. Can you imagine it? Green trees, fresh water, the sound of wind and waves, no noise, no smoke, just life. Then, one day, something new appeared on the horizon. A ship. White sails, tall masts, and men from far away. They came from a country called Holland. They spoke Dutch. They looked at the land and smiled. This is a good place, they said. We can trade here. We can build. And so the story of modern New York began. Today, if you walk in the streets of Lower Manhattan, you can still feel their steps. You can see the old stone paths. You can see the port where ships once arrived. Everything has changed, yet something remains. The spirit of discovery, the dream to start again. New York is full of such dreams. It is not only a city, it is a feeling, a hope that life can be better. When people say, New York never sleeps, they mean more than lights and traffic. They mean that the dream never stops. Every night, someone is writing, working, or praying for a new chance. Every morning, someone begins again. And that is the secret of this place. Listen to the sounds now. Footsteps on the pavement, a bus passing, a man playing saxophone near the park, a woman laughing on the phone. Different lives, but one heartbeat. That heartbeat is New York. It's in the tall buildings that shine at night. It's in the subway tunnels full of stories. It's in the hands of workers building something new every day. And maybe, just maybe, you will find your own story here too. Because New York doesn't belong to one person. It belongs to everyone. to those who were born here, and to those who come searching for a dream. So now, our journey begins. We will travel through time. We will see how this island became a world city. We will meet the people who made it strong, and we will learn how hope, work, and courage built this place. Close your eyes for a moment. Hear the city's voice. It says, "Welcome. You are in New York." Chapter 2. Before the City. Close your eyes. Forget the noise of cars and people. Forget the tall buildings. Now, imagine the same place, hundreds of years ago. There are no streets, no bridges, no subway trains, only green forests, long rivers, and soft wind. This is Manhattan Island, before New York was born. The year is around 1500. The first people here are called the Lenape. They are Native Americans. They live in small villages near the water. Their homes are made of wood and bark. They fish, hunt, and farm. The Lenape live simply, but wisely. They take only what they need. They respect the land. They believe the earth has a spirit, a living soul that must be protected. When the sun rises, they thank the sky. When it rains, they thank the clouds. Their world is quiet, peaceful, and full of meaning. One morning, a young Lenape boy wakes early. He runs to the river with his father. They catch fish with nets. The air smells fresh. Birds sing above them. He doesn't know that one day ships from far away will come. He doesn't know that this land will change forever. The Lenape trade with nearby groups. They exchange shells, stones, and food. They travel by canoe along the Hudson River. They know every hill and every tree. Their language has words full of nature. Mannahatta, the island of many hills. That is the name they give to this land. Mannahatta, the beginning of New York. Then something strange happens. One day, the people see big shapes on the water. White, tall, and moving with the wind. They are ships, the first Europeans coming from across the sea. The Lenape watch quietly. They don't know who these people are. The men on the ships wear different clothes. They have metal tools, shiny weapons, and maps. They speak a language no one here understands. The visitors come closer. They smile. They wave. They bring beads, cloth, and strange food. They want to trade. The Lenape are friendly. They offer furs and corn. At first, both sides are happy, but slowly, things begin to change. The new people want more land. They build small wooden houses near the water. They cut trees to make space for farms. The sound of axes fills the air. The Lenape wonder, will there still be room for us? They watch as new faces arrive each season. The river becomes busy with boats. The land begins to look different. Yet, they still try to live in peace. They teach the newcomers how to fish and grow corn. They show them where to find clean water. But the visitors have their own dreams. Dreams of building a new world. Many years later, people will call this place New Amsterdam. But for now, it is still Mannahatta, the island of the Lenape. The forests are thick. Deer walk between the trees. The river is wide and full of fish. Life is quiet again for a moment. A Lenape elder looks at the sunset. He feels that change is near. He tells his people, "The land speaks." Listen carefully. A new wind is coming from the sea. The young ones don't understand yet, but soon they will. This is where the story of New York truly begins. With the people who first called it home. They lived with nature. They respected the earth. And their name, the Lenape, will always be part of this city's soul. Chapter 3. The Dutch Come. The year is 1624. The wind blows cold across the ocean. 3 ships sail from a small country called Holland. The men on board are Dutch explorers and traders. They dream of a new world, a place to find land, gold, and freedom. Their leader looks at the map. He points toward the west and says, "There, that is where we will go." Weeks pass. The sea is rough. Waves crash against the ships. But finally, they see land. An island with rivers, trees, and soft hills. "This is it," they say. "Mannahatta." The Dutch walk onto the shore. They see the Lenape villages. They meet the native people and offer gifts. Cloth, beads, and tools. The Lenape smile. They have never seen such things before. The Dutch and the Lenape begin to trade. The Dutch give metal pots and bright fabrics. The Lenape give furs, warm, soft, and valuable in Europe. For a time, there is peace. The Dutch like this land. The river is deep. It is perfect for ships. They build small wooden houses near the water. They call their new home New Amsterdam. Life in New Amsterdam is hard, but full of hope. There are few people at first, farmers, builders, and merchants. They work from sunrise to sunset. They plant corn and wheat. They build walls for safety. They trade with ships from Europe. The sound of hammers and saws fills the air. Smoke rises from small chimneys. Children play near the river. Slowly, a town begins to grow, but not everyone speaks the same language. There are Dutch, German, French, and even English settlers. Each brings their own food, clothes, and customs. The little town becomes a mix of many cultures, just like the New York we know today. One day, a man named Peter Minuit arrives. He is the new governor from Holland. He looks around and says, "This land is good. We must make it ours." So, the Dutch make a famous trade. They give the Lenape a collection of goods: cloth, beads, and tools, worth about 60 guilders or around $24 in old money. In return, they say they now own Manhattan Island. But the Lenape do not understand this idea. For them, land cannot be owned. It belongs to everyone. They believe the Dutch are only guests. The Dutch believe they bought it forever. A misunderstanding is born, one that will change history. Still, the town grows. Ships come and go. Merchants sell fish, bread, and fur. At night, candles shine through small windows. Men tell stories of home. Women cook and care for children. New Amsterdam becomes a living, breathing town. Sometimes, the Lenape visit to trade or talk. They walk quietly through the streets. They see strange houses and smell new foods. They wonder what will happen next. Years pass. The Dutch build a wall to protect the town from attacks. That wall will later become a famous street. Wall Street. New Amsterdam begins to look like a real city. But across the ocean, another empire watches closely. England. The English want this land too. They want the harbor, the trade, the power. One day, English ships appear on the horizon. The people of New Amsterdam feel fear. Will they fight? Will they lose everything? The answer will come soon. And the city will get a new name. New York. Chapter 4. The English change the name. The year is 1664. 40 years have passed since the Dutch built their town. New Amsterdam is growing. Ships come from Europe every month. The port is busy. The people trade, laugh, and dream of the future. But across the sea, another power is watching. England. The English king wants more land in the New World. He hears about the small Dutch colony and its rich harbor. He says, "That place must belong to us." So he sends ships, big ships, strong soldiers, and one important man, the Duke of York. It is a quiet morning in New Amsterdam. Fishermen work near the river. Children play in the street. Then someone shouts, "Look! English ships!" 4 ships sail slowly into the harbor. Their flags wave red and white. Their cannons shine under the sun. Fear spreads through the town. Governor Peter Stuyvesant, the Dutch leader, walks out. He is brave. He has a wooden leg and a loud voice. He calls the people together and says, "We will not give up. We will fight for our home." But the townspeople look at the English ships. They are big, too big. There are too many soldiers. And the people of New Amsterdam are tired of war. They just want peace. "Governor," they say, "if we fight, we will lose everything. Let's make peace." Peter Stuyvesant sighs. He lowers the Dutch flag. The English enter the town without a single shot. And just like that, New Amsterdam becomes New York. The name honors the Duke of York, the man who will later become King James II of England. From this moment, the city begins a new chapter. The English bring their own ways and laws. They change the signs on the streets. They open new markets. They make English the main language. But the city still feels the same. The same wind blows through the harbor. The same people walk the same streets. Dutch, French, African, and native voices mix in the air. It is still a city of many faces. Under English rule, New York grows fast. More people arrive by ship, farmers, traders, families. New houses appear along the river. Shops sell sugar, spices, and tea. The port becomes one of the busiest in all of America. The English build schools and churches. They repair the old Dutch wall, the same wall that will later give its name to Wall Street. The city begins to look stronger, richer, and more hopeful. But not everything is fair. Many people who come are not free. Ships bring enslaved Africans to work for others. They build roads, carry goods, and help create the city. Their names are forgotten in books, but their hands helped build New York's foundation. Freedom is growing, but not for everyone. Not yet. Even with all its changes, New York becomes a place of connection. People from different countries live side by side. They learn to trade, to talk, to share. Sometimes they fight. Sometimes they celebrate. but they always keep building. The English king is happy. He looks at his maps and smiles. New York, he says, will be the jewel of my empire. He does not know that one day this same city will rise against him. For now, New York belongs to England. The Dutch houses remain, but New English flags fly above them. The sound of hammers, bells, and ships fills the air again. The city is changing. It is becoming something greater, something the world will never forget. Chapter 5. Freedom and the Revolution. The year is 1775. New York is growing fast. Ships from every part of the world arrive at the port. People trade, build, and dream. But behind the noise of the city, something new begins to rise. A feeling, a question, a whisper of freedom. For more than 100 years, New York has lived under English rule. The king in London makes the laws. He sends soldiers to control the colonies. And he takes taxes, money from the people, even though they have no voice in his government. Why must we pay? The people ask. Why do we have no say? Meetings begin in homes and taverns. Men and women talk late into the night. They speak of justice, liberty, and rights. The word freedom becomes stronger every day. One evening, in a small room filled with candles, a young printer reads a letter aloud. It says, "We must stand together. No king should rule free men. Voices agree." New York is ready to change, but not everyone is brave. Some fear war. Some love England and want peace. Families argue. Friends divide. The city begins to split in two. Those who want freedom and those who still follow the king. Then, in 1776, something powerful happens. In the city of Philadelphia, the Declaration of Independence is written. It says that all people are created equal and that they have the right to be free. News spreads fast. When it reaches New York, the streets fill with excitement. Crowds gather near a statue of the English king. Someone shouts, "Down with the king!" And the people pull the statue to the ground. It is a moment of fire and hope. The American Revolution has begun, but soon, war arrives. English ships return to New York, hundreds of them. Soldiers march through the streets. The city burns in parts. Smoke covers the sky. The people run, hide, or fight. New York becomes one of the main battlefields. The British take control again for a while. George Washington and his army must leave the city. He watches from across the river and says quietly, "We will return." For many years, the war continues. It is long and hard. Many lose their homes, their families, and their dreams. But hope never dies. In 1781, the British finally surrender. The Americans win their freedom. 2 years later, in 1783, the war ends. And on a cold November day, the last British soldiers leave New York. Crowds cheer, flags wave, drums beat through the streets. George Washington rides into the city again. People cry with joy. The dream has come true. America is free. New York feels different now. The people walk taller. They speak louder. They believe they can build their own future. The war is over. But the work is just beginning. New York will help build a new country, a land of laws, hope, and change. And in the years to come, it will become not only a city of trade and business, but a symbol of liberty itself. Freedom was not easy. Many suffered. Many gave their lives. But their courage built a new nation. And New York, the city that once followed a king, now beats with the heart of a free people. Chapter 6. A City of Dreams. The war is over. America is free. And New York begins a new life. It is the 1800s now. The city is growing faster than ever before. Ships come and go every day. The harbor is full of sails and voices. But soon, something new will change New York forever. People. Millions of people. They come from faraway lands. From Ireland, Italy, Germany, and Poland. From Russia, China, and Africa. They cross the ocean in small, crowded ships. They are tired, hungry, and full of hope. Each one carries a dream for work, safety, and a better life. When they see the city's lights for the first time, some begin to cry. They whisper, "This is it, America." And there, standing tall in the water, is a new symbol. The Statue of Liberty. Her torch shines like a promise. She says, without words, "Welcome. You are free to begin again." At the edge of the harbor is Ellis Island. It becomes the first step into America. Every day, ships stop there. Doctors check the passengers. Names are written in long books. Some people wait for hours. Some don't speak English, but most smile because they finally made it. Between 1892 and 1954, more than 12 million immigrants passed through Ellis Island. 12 million dreams begin here. The city changes again. New languages fill the streets. Signs appear in Italian, Yiddish, Chinese, and Spanish. New foods, bread, pasta, dumplings, make the air smell sweet and strong. Children play in small alleys. Women hang clothes between windows. Men work in factories, shops, and ports. It is not an easy life. Many families are poor. They live in small rooms called tenements. They share water, food, and warmth. But even in the hardest times, they keep one thing alive: hope. Hope is everywhere. In the baker who starts his own shop. In the woman who opens a small school. In the young boy who shines shoes to help his family. Every person believes that tomorrow will be better. And slowly, it is. New York becomes the heart of immigration. It is called the City of Opportunity. Here, people of all colors and religions live side by side. They work together, eat together, and sometimes argue. But they build something powerful, a new kind of community. On the streets, you can hear many voices. A man from Ireland sings as he builds a bridge. A woman from Italy sells fruit near the park. A boy from Poland learns his first English words at school. And at night, lights glow from every window. The city never sleeps. Again. In 1903, a poem is added to the Statue of Liberty. It says, "Give me your tired, your poor, your huddled masses yearning to breathe free." Those words become the soul of New York. They remind everyone that this city is not only a place, it is a promise. A promise that no matter who you are, where you come from, or what language you speak, you can begin again here. New York's streets are not made of gold, but they shine because of the people who walk on them. People with courage, people with dreams. From Ellis Island to the busy streets of Manhattan, every heart beats with one simple hope. Tomorrow will be brighter. Chapter 7. The Rise of Skyscrapers. The year is 1900. The streets of New York are full of life. Horses pull wagons. Streetcars ring their bells. Children run between shops and markets. But when people look up now, they see something new. Buildings. Tall buildings, reaching higher and higher into the sky. The city is changing again. Builders use new materials, steel and glass. They learn to make strong frames that can hold great weight. Now, a building doesn't stop at 3 floors. It can rise 20, 30, even 100 floors high. The dream of touching the clouds becomes real. At the heart of the city, a new kind of work begins. Men climb high on steel beams. They wear no ropes, no safety belts. The wind blows hard, but they keep working, hammer after hammer. Their boots stand on narrow bars of metal. Their hands are black with oil and dust. They are called ironworkers, the heroes of the sky. Below them, the city watches in wonder. People stop in the street, looking up with open mouths. "How high will it go?" a woman asks. "As high as the stars," a man answers. One by one, the skyline grows. New towers rise, each one taller, stronger, and more beautiful. In 1913, the Woolworth Building opens. It becomes the tallest in the world. Its white stone walls shine in the sun. People call it the Cathedral of Commerce. Then, in the 1930s, a new race begins, the race to the sky. 2 giants appear, the Chrysler Building and the Empire State Building. The Chrysler Building glitters with silver lights. It looks like a crown made of metal. Cars, airplanes, and progress. This is its spirit. But the Empire State Building? That one becomes a legend. Workers finish it in just 1 year and 45 days. A miracle of hard work and courage. When it opens in 1931, it stands 381 meters high. The tallest building on Earth. People from around the world come to see it. They ride the elevator to the top. From there, they see all of New York. Rivers, bridges, lights, and dreams. The city now has a new face. A face made of glass, steel, and light. It no longer grows only on the ground. It grows upward, into the sky. But these buildings are not only stone and metal. They are stories. Stories of the men and women who built them. Of the immigrants who worked, the engineers who imagined, and the dreamers who refused to stop. At night, the skyline shines like a crown. Thousands of lights sparkle in the dark. Ships enter the harbor and sailors whisper, "There it is, New York City." From far away, travelers see the lights first. They know they are close to a new beginning. New York becomes the symbol of modern life, a place where humans and machines work together. A place that never sleeps, never stops building, never stops dreaming. In the years to come, the city will face sadness and strength. Wars, crashes, new hope again. But the skyline, that beautiful line of towers, will always remind the world of what people can do when they believe in something greater. The city of the sky is born, and it will keep rising as long as dreams do. Chapter 8. Hard Times and Hope. The year is 1929. New York shines brighter than ever. The Empire State Building rises high above the clouds. Music fills the air. People dance in big halls and wear fine clothes. It is the Jazz Age, a time of fun, money, and dreams. But one autumn morning, everything changes. October 29th, 1929. The day the stock market crashes. It happens in a place called Wall Street, the center of business and money. People rush into the streets. Men shout, "Sell! Sell now!" Prices fall fast. Money disappears. Banks close. Thousands lose everything in one day. They call it Black Tuesday, and it begins one of the darkest times in history. The Great Depression. The dream city becomes quiet. Shops close. Factories stop. Men stand in long lines, waiting for food. Women sew old clothes to keep their children warm. People sleep in the parks, under newspapers and boxes. Hope becomes small, like a weak candle in the wind. But New York does not give up. It never does. A new leader rises, President Franklin D. Roosevelt. He brings a plan called the New Deal. The government starts new projects to give people work again. Men build bridges, roads, and schools. Women work in offices and hospitals. Artists paint murals on city walls. Slowly, life returns. The sound of hammers and laughter comes back. The smell of bread fills the streets again. Even in the hardest times, New York keeps its soul alive, the soul of courage and community. Neighbors help each other. A baker gives free bread to a hungry boy. A musician plays in the subway for coins. A teacher opens a small school for poor children. No one has much, but everyone shares something. Then comes World War II. Young men leave the city to fight far away. Ships filled with soldiers and supplies sail from the harbor. The Statue of Liberty watches them go and waits for them to come home. In the factories, women work day and night. They make clothes, weapons, and food for the soldiers. Everyone does their part. The whole city moves as one heart. When the war finally ends in 1945, New York celebrates. People dance in Times Square. They hug strangers. They cry and laugh together. The city is alive again. The world is tired, but New York stands tall, stronger than ever. In the years after the war, everything begins to grow again. New jobs, new families, new buildings. People from around the world come once more. They bring music, art, and food. They open shops, schools, and theaters. Broadway fills with lights. Jazz plays in smoky clubs. And a new dream begins. The dream of modern America. The Great Depression tried to break New York, but it could not. Because this city's heart never stops beating. Even in the darkest times, there is always a small light somewhere. A person helping, a song playing, a dream waiting to begin. That light is hope. And in New York, hope never sleeps. Chapter 9. Today and Tomorrow. The city lights shine again. It is New York, alive and proud. The war is over. People are full of energy. The world is changing fast, and New York is leading the way. Skyscrapers touch the clouds. Yellow taxis fill the streets. New songs, new movies, new ideas. Everything begins here. It is now the second half of the 1900s. People from every country come once more. They come with suitcases, accents, and dreams. Some want to study, some want to work. Some just want a new life. And in this busy city, they find a home. Walk down the streets, and you'll hear hundreds of voices. English, Spanish, Chinese, Arabic, Italian. So many sounds mixed together like music. This is the real face of New York. A city of many worlds in one place. The Statue of Liberty still welcomes everyone. She holds her torch high. Ships pass by and tourists take photos. She stands for freedom, for the same dream that began long ago. In the heart of the city, Times Square glows with giant screens. Bright colors dance in the night. Millions visit every year just to see the lights. The city is fast, noisy, exciting, but also kind in its own way. Here, people believe in second chances. You can fall and start again. You can lose everything and rebuild. That's the New York spirit. In the 1970s and 1980s, life is not easy. Crime grows. Some neighborhoods are poor and dangerous, but even then, art is born from pain. New music appears, hip-hop, punk, street jazz. New voices tell stories of real life. The people of New York never stop creating. Pain becomes poetry. Hardship becomes song. Then, in 2001, a dark day comes. 2 tall towers, the Twin Towers, fall after a terrible attack. The city cries. The world cries with it. Smoke covers the sky. Silence fills the streets. But once again, New York rises. Firefighters, doctors, and ordinary people become heroes. They help strangers. They clean, rebuild, and heal. The people hold hands and whisper, "We will not fall." And they don't. A few years later, a new building stands where the towers once were. The One World Trade Center. It shines tall and bright, a symbol of strength and peace. From above, you can see the whole city. Central Park like a green heart. Bridges stretching over the rivers, and lights that seem to touch the stars. This is New York today. Still alive, still full of dreams. Now, imagine walking through the streets. A bus passes. Children laugh. A man sells pretzels on the corner. A street artist paints. Life never stops moving. You feel the same heartbeat that started long ago. In the Lenape villages, in the Dutch town of New Amsterdam, in the fires of revolution, and in the steel of the Empire State. Everything connects. Past and present walk together here. New York is not perfect. It's busy, loud, and sometimes hard. But it's also full of courage, color, and hope. It belongs to everyone. To those who build it, and to those who dream inside it. So if you ever stand on a high bridge, look at the skyline, and whisper to yourself, This is the city that never sleeps.